All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we'll bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. Right now, today, Anambra State, they hot, especially in Biafra land as a whole, everywhere they hot like fire. Of course, you know that battle has been going between the Biafrans and the new security that Ifeanyi Uba set up recently. Of course, you know that when two elephants are fighting, now the ground go suffer it, and we will be bringing you the scores of what is going on. But the issue I have is that Ifeanyi Uba that is gathering youths to start doing security work for him. They should ask him, since he became the senator of his own senatorial zone, what has he done for the youth? How many people has he given scholarship? How many roads has he built? How many factories has he built to help the people? He's riding armored car, riding bulletproof cars and the thing. The reason why politicians are going on bulletproof cars is because they know that they have not treated the people well. That's the only truth. Yes, that's the truth. If you want it, you doubt it. There is no job in the country. They are moving with 50 convoy. Land cruiser worth millions of naira. Still yet, teachers are not yet paid. Civil servants are not paid. Why they are moving with Land cruisers, moving with bulletproof cars? The people that voted you there, they are not on bulletproof cars. They are not living in a good house, but you have a bulletproof car. You are afraid because you know that you have not done the people well, and maybe someone can get angry and send you to judgment. That's just the thing. Now, currently, the Bege don dey shele for Anambra State to Simon Eberman then say make Ifeanyi Uba come out. Say if you say na man wey him be, make him come out, show himself. Make the show and say na ntade te one open gala na mbere na no language and say na ntade. If you understand that thing, if somebody tell you say ntade, my brother, we kwon we na akpa. Because that one means say something go happen. And of course, Ifeanyi Uba has gone to gather Anambra State jobless youth. People, you know that the people don't have work. Because if you have work, you will be who has work that will agree to do security work? It's not even like you are a policeman or you are an army man or working in FROSC, or maybe you are working in civil defense. Those ones you can say, okay, you have gotten a job whereby when you retire, government will be able to pay your gratuity. But this one is just security work. They know that they are jobless youth. And this is what the politicians have been doing. Strike the people with hunger so that you can be able to use them. Yes, that's the politician system. They make you go hungry so that they will be able to use you. They make you go hungry so that they will be able to do anything they want with you. That's what they know how to do. I'm being honest with you. That's just it. They give you hunger so that hunger go to wire you. You go to go hungry. They themselves, they go to enjoy. When they want to use you, they will be able to use you anyhow. I'm being frank with you. That's what they do. Election day, they will start giving people 2,000, 1,000 because they know that these people are hungry people. They are purposely doing it like that so that the poor man will not see light. Because if the poor man see light, he will definitely abscond from whatever politician is doing. For example, now, let's face the fact. If your son is schooling in abroad and you call him to come back to Nigeria to come and do security for you and die, is he going to do it? Tell him, let him go and bring one of his sons to do this security. You see that they will not agree. That's just what is happening in this nation, and the politicians have decided to be using us, and that is why when people like Simon Uba is talking, people get angry because people are angry because the masses has not been given what belongs to them. They have not been given what belongs to them, and now they are clashing. As it stands now, the information we are having is that Simon Uba's men has, chased Ifeanyi Uba's security away, and they are in hiding. They say make Ifeanyi Uba and his security put body and make they collect woto. Now so they go now. And another thing, information reaching us is that Asari Dokubos men has joined also. Asari Dokubos men has teamed with that of Ifeanyi Uba's men to fight Mazi Simon Ekpa's men. That's the Biafra Liberation army. Where we say now then they protect the territory of the Biafra territory, and then they make sure say all the Fulani people where we say that they marood around, say they know they enter. If you know what in these Fulanis they do for Plateau State, all those states where we say ESN no day, then you go appreciate the work where we say the ESN they do for the Obodo Igbo land, because I think their work is to make sure that the masses are being protected and the Biafra territory is well guarded, so that no unscrupulous Fulani Maruda will be able to enter and start perpetrating evil in the community. Now, the IPOB people has come again. They say that they debunk rumor order for 1 week sit at home. The people, it be like say it get some people where we say they don't hijack this IPOB. They do their own thing. They say they no support the 1 week sit at home order. Now the indigenous people of Biafra, they talk this one. They say anything will concern the 1 week sit at home order, say their hand. No, they are. Make I read that news for you so that you can see what is going on. They say the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has debunked the claim that it declared a 1 week sit at home exercise across Southeast region. They said that IPOB said it was important to make the clarification due to the tension and panic the rumor have generated. The rumored 1 week sit at home starting from June 3rd to June 9th was declared by Simon Ekpa's faction of the IPOB group. IPOB spokesperson Emma Powerful in a statement, however, said there is no such thing as sit at home. The leadership of the IPOB Directorate of State and Supreme Leader of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wish to publicly disassociate IPOB from any purported call for 1 week sit at home for Biafrans. This clarification have become necessary because Biafrans has sent inquiries asking the IPOB leadership if it has called for a sit at home. IPOB is not part of such irresponsible order from government-paid agents whose agenda is to ridicule the struggle to restore Biafra sovereignty. Therefore, Biafrans should ignore the rebels' rosas. There is no sit at home shadowed. The purported 1 week sit at home jingle on social media is not from IPOB. We are not in business of issuing irresponsible and non-existent sit at home order. IPOB is responsible movement and family. Our aims and objectives are to give peace and freedom to our people, not to inflict more pain on the pains Nigeria has already inflicted on them. Those who came from the back door are nothing but thieves. Thieves come to rob, kill, and destroy. The urgent provocators are on the same mission as the federal government and its security agents to keep. He wondered why IPOB will be keeping their people indoors for 1 week, especially at these harsh economic times in Nigeria. Powerful accused federal government agents of trying to make the Southeast unattractive for indigenes to return there. This one is coming from Emma Powerful. He said that they are not involved though in anything that is called sit at home. Meanwhile, you need to know that people are obeying this sit at home, and it looks as if people are happy with the sit at home because many people are tired with what is currently going on in the government whereby one person is the one issuing the order. In a government whereby they have the executive arm, the legislative arm, the judiciary arm, and these three arms of the government are meant to complement each other. They are made for checks and balances. If you are familiar with your what is it called, government in school. Now, but when it comes to the issue that concerns Nigeria, you will find out that the only thing that is happening is that the executive gives all the order, they make all the decision, take all the decision by themselves without checking what will happen And when they do that, the legislature and the judiciary arm, they give in to it without making any checks and balances. Now let's go to Enugu State. This one is happening in Enugu. They say soldier. Now then they kidnap people. See wetin dey happen for dis Naija o. Una see as e dey sup. They say na the soldier wey be say they say make they go dey protect people o. Na then they support this kidnap wey be say they go. They say Nigerian soldiers allegedly aiding kidnappers in Enugu community shoot at vigilantes responding to distress call Q2. Una don see am. If I tell you say Nigeria no be for you, you no go believe am. See am here, see am for your screen, the thing why they show you, make you no be say na me just dey talk am by myself. You see as e dey hot, say na soldiers themselves, they follow, they do the things wey be say e dey happen for Enugu Road. And they come to think of it, you find out if you are going on Enugu Road, the last time we had a robbery on Enugu Abakaliki Road. You know, it was not far from the police checking point. Immediately after the robbery, after we came back to continue our journey, we saw a police checking point. Then we started wondering why these people did not come to our rescue. So you can see the business that is ongoing in the bush. You don't see them say na people na kita atala wanya bale anonu na person where they say go protect these people na in they kill them o. Na friend wey no friend na in they kill them. Because you can't tell me that all these numbers of soldiers are on that road and kidnappers are still working. Now, where are the kidnappers coming from? Make I read that news for you. Make you see them by yourself. Make you hear them. This is coming from Sahara. He said there is palpable tension in Enugu State as Nigerian soldiers reportedly aiding kidnappers in the state allegedly opened fire on members of the state neighborhood watch fighting the kidnappers. 2 people were killed, including the wife of one of them, while 4 others were injured. Sahara reporters gathered that the incident happened around 9 p.m. on Thursday night along 9th Mile, Eke Ezagu Road. Sahara reporters recently reported that kidnappers suspected to be Fulani jihadis had turned major highways in the state into kidnapping havens, despite tens of military and public checkpoints lying along roads in the state. Last week, commercial drivers plying the Enugu Umuovo Opinsuka Road protested against rising spate of kidnappings on the road and in other parts of the state. During the protests, the drivers were seen carrying placards with various inscriptions to express their grievances against the abduction. They call on the security agencies and the state government to do something about the situation. Security operatives and soldiers have been accused of aiding kidnappers in the state and other parts of the southern region. Some journalists who visited the scene of the attack in Eke community on Saturday at the hospital where the survivors were receiving medical attention described the incident as horrific. The victims were seen in critical condition. The incident has also shattered peace in Eke community, which has witnessed one of the deadliest and most horrifying attacks by kidnappers in Enugu State. The incident has also sent fear into local farmers who have stopped going to their farms as they have expressed the belief that the Nigerian army has subtly waged terrorists against them using Fulani herdsmen. Eke community, in the country home of the Director General of Voice of Nigeria, VON, Mr. Osita Okechukwu, immediate past Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Geoffrey Onyema, and a chieftain of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Mr. Godwin Onwusi, who ran for the Udi North State constituency in the 2023 general election, among others. It was gathered that the vigilante, who was gruesomely murdered by the soldiers identified as Mr. Ebuka Oke, lost his father exactly a month earlier. Report has learned that his late father had yet to be buried. The Assistant Chief Security Officer of Eke Security Neighborhood Vigilante Watch, Mr. Emeka Anigbo, is among the victims of the horrific and unjustified attack. Anigbo, who sustained gunshot injuries and currently laying in his hospital bed, managed to narrate to journalists how the soldiers attacked them. Anigbo, who writhed in pain while narrating the incident. Thank God for the timely intervention of the divisional police officer of 9th Mile Police Station. He said if not for the police DPO, they would have all been dead, adding that the soldiers would have tagged them as members of indigenous people of Biafra Instant Security Network or simply kidnappers. According to him, they were at 9th Mile Corner on Thursday night where they had gone to facilitate with their colleagues who were being inaugurated as neighborhood watch members when they got a distress call that armed robbers had blocked the major road leading to the Catholic Church Pilgrim Center, popularly known as Omodenso in Eke, through armor breweries. On receiving the call, we abandoned the food and drink we were eating and swiftly drove out with a view to confront the criminal element. We also notified a divisional police officer of 9th Mile that covers the location. Due to heavy gridlock occasioned by the blockade of the road, we could not get to the scene with our vehicle, he narrated. Continuing, he said they decided to park their vehicle along the road and started moving toward the place. On closely approaching the scene, we sighted 3 armed soldiers near the place without their vehicle, and we didn't know how they got there. So on sighting us, they shouted, "Stop there!" We obeyed the instruction and stopped. I shouted that we are members of the State Neighborhood Vigilante Watch from the area, therefore they asked us to keep coming, Anibo stated. Surprisingly, on approaching the soldiers, they started firing at us. Anibo narrated in tears, adding, "The soldiers we understand came from 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, started firing at us. They shot dead one of us, Ebukoke, by name immediately. We were shouting we are neighborhood watch group. Our shouting didn't even touch them. Then and they equally shoot dead the wife of one of those inaugurated at 9th Mile. She was on a motorcycle with her husband going back to Eke. This is despite that we were in our full security uniform and had identified ourselves. The trigger-happy soldiers opened fire on us at a very close range. After shouting, 'Me,' several times, and while I was on the ground, one of the soldiers went ahead to shoot me again in the shoulder, even though he saw my ID card and my uniform," Anibo said tearfully. He further narrated, "The same soldier kept on matching me on the chest with his boot, saying, 'I will kill you today.' In fact, it was the timely arrival of police operatives from 9th Mile Corner that saved my life. It was the police that stopped the soldier, confirming that we are Eke neighborhood security guards." Effort to speak with Chinedu Okolo, one of the victims of the soldier shooting, described the situation as severe. Sarah reports that his manhood was shattered by the soldier's bullet. The third victim, Obinna Ofo, was also seen wailing in pain while on oxygen therapy at the intensive care unit. Some relations of the victim who spoke to Sahara reporters on condition of anonymity condemned the soldiers and described their action as barbaric and callous. The locals called for justice. So una don't see as it happen. Hey, say if I tell you say Nigeria no before you no go believe. These people that the soldiers opened arms on, they were armed, but they have already identified themselves that this is who we are, and the soldiers now told them to start coming. And as they were approaching, the soldiers opened fire. But looking at the man's story, the story the man narrated, that he didn't know how the soldiers were able to, get to that particular scene without even their vehicles. So this is to show you that there is a skeleton in their cupboard. There is a skeleton in their cupboard. And if they were not maybe hiding something, they wouldn't have opened fire on these men after the men had identified themselves and started coming close to them. You could imagine that. So, as Nankita Melagin and Nankita Talawo, Ayabalyanonu. So you can see that Isimpi Kanokwana Bampi, Niene Sinkapusi, the Kuananualo. What I go now? Meanwhile, make I bop you also, make I wind down the curtain here. And if this is your first time where you join us for this wonderful channel, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever we are posting news, now you go be the first. We'll collect them Thank you for listening. God bless you.